Golden, feel free to begin and tell me when.
You are good.
You know,
Recording started.
All right. Hello. Last time on Dungeon Ball D, our heroes, at the request of Thorkil Urgray, ventured to the village of Nightstone to try and find his cousin Morak, who curiously has not been able to contact him in a couple of days. There's apparently been some trouble going on in the village, and he is willing to pay top dollar in order to see to it that his cousin is safe. However, upon arriving at the town of Nightstone, you discover that it is full of stones that have apparently been just dropped out of the sky through some battles with goblins, killing of one goblin, as well as interrogating a prisoner named Kella. You determine. Wait, I'm hearing like a weird interference
Coming from
sound.
Golden, I think.
Yeah, it's my
Okay.
fan. Sorry.
Okay, can you mute first? Can you mute your volume then for a sec? Sorry. Thank you. You were able to determine that there was some sort of aerial assault from a castle in the sky. And during the chaos, many of the villagers who were not crushed by the boulders decided to flee. Unfortunately, what seemed to be left of the goblins that came to scavenge have they attacked you, and after absolutely riddling Golden's character with arrows, you managed to defeat all of the goblins, but not before Kella could drop the drawbridge for what appears to be a ragtag group of bandits that are now ready to enter the battle-damaged village of Nightstone. And so, with that, our adventure continues. So, Shizuka, our guest for tonight. You and your group have now crossed the bridge. It is you and 6 others that arrive. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Let me add you real quick to our group, since you probably need to see this area just as much as everyone else does. So,
Yeah,
sorry.
probably just a little bit.
Yeah, let me. I'm just going to add you now. Okay, you are now in the Moco Loco D&D group. Do you see the little map that is
Yes.
that is the most recent image? Okay, that is the clean version of the map. The actual version of it is riddled with holes, and I will share that again for you to see. Oh, God damn it! Oh, okay, posted. Cool. Yeah. So as you can see, there are a whole lot of boulders that have arrived there. So your people will be just at the gate when our heroes begin their discussion. So everyone else, what do you do as you see this merry band enter the village?
I'm going to stay very close to the close to everybody. This is
If I remember right, Musket we last left off was on top of the building that's closest to the gate, right?
Actually, no. So where we last left off, most of you were in combat at the shack at the bottom left. Do you see the one that is facing vertically in the bottom left?
Yeah.
It's like right next to that. It's like right next to the little like garden that has one stone right in the center of it.
Yeah, I believe I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I believe that you were on that one and on the house that was like right above the or like the very large barn that was
With the hole
above
of the
that
roof,
spot.
right?
Yeah, the one with the hole in the roof.
I'm the one. I know I'm on the one with the hole in the roof, and I know that I just shot an arrow into Kella's back.
That is correct. You have shot an arrow into Kella's back, and unfortunately, it was not enough to keep her from opening the gate, nor was it enough to fell her. So, are you all going to stay where you are?
I'm gonna keep my draw my bow and aim at Kella again, just to be safe.
Well, I was about to say, as Musket, from what I recall last time, he was still on top of a roof, so he's going to position himself where he has cover on the roof, but where he can still see the group that is now entering.
Okay, very good. Shizuka, you and your band, you have taken them into the center of, or rather, after meeting up with Kella, Kella informs you of the situation, which is that her attempts to take over the village of Nightstone for you-know-who has been somewhat made moot by the attack that the giants have leveled on the town, and now she's asking if you don't mind dealing with these heroes however you see fit. Although she would really like if you were to deal with the archer who decided to shoot her in the freaking back. So, you have pulled Kella up onto your horse, and you move into the center of the square, and you can now choose to introduce yourself if you'd like.
Hello, adventurers. My name is Zolkin, and as I've noticed, you've shot my comrade in the back. However, I would still rather discuss this civilly.
I mean, I
We
did
were-
warn her.
Yes, well, we were paid to do a job, and we would rather not have to get in any unnecessary fights. As I'm sure you all have noticed, there's been an attack on this village, and we could work together, for the time being, to further our own motive.
And what motive would that be?
People I don't know.
In my experience, those who are not quite forthcoming in what they're in their own jobs tends to be a little on the illegal side.
Tend to be a little what we may call a sussy baka.
Yes.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yes, well, that may be true, that may not be true.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, Zolkin is flanked by two other bandits, and there are four more behind him in a diamond pattern. So there's three in the top, two in the middle, and two in the back, just so you all know.
And
As you've...
where did Kella end up in that?
Black
Kella
Marbles.
is behind Zolkin, and after Zolkin says that, Kella, if anybody wants to make a perception check to try and hear what she's whispering, please.
I could try.
I decided to roll. I
got a 17.
I rolled. I got a
I
13.
nat one.
Oh.
Oh. I think he probably fell off the roof with that one, Chief.
I'll get it out of the way with a perception check.
I got
Alright.
a 19, if that counts for anything. I don't know if I count for anything right now.
those of you who got at least a 14, hear Kella say, "I don't know how reasonable these so-called adventurers are going to be. You know, they did, after all, just freaking shoot me in the back.
I
They
yell.
were
I yell.
extremely unreasonable in their interrogation."
I yell and say, "You lied. We found it out." Kind of has the distrust going. Sorry.
We could have left you burning in the hotel.
She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything else. So Zolkin, it is your. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I guess follow up.
As displeased as I am to hear that you interrogated her, I will give you my thanks for rescuing her from a burning building.
Pleasure was ours, I'm sure.
And, as I said previously, I'd rather not fight. However, I am on a bit of a time restraint. I can't sit here forever.
We came here searching for someone.
Well, like I said, we can benefit each other. We can help you search for them as we advance our own motives.
Fine. At this point, you enter the fray. Pine?
Sorry, one more time?
Pine, it is now your time to come in, and please inform everyone what you found.
Okay, so what? Did I just kind of, am I like behind the group of people or what?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so
Yes.
I could so I can choose to just announce myself right now, just randomly.
I mean, if you
Or,
want,
like,
you know what? If you want to, I'm sorry. I said that a little bit too. I said that a little bit too insistently. If you want, you now can. But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
With my 17
nah, I'm definitely
perception,
gonna. It sounds like something terrible will do. Sorry, what?
I was gonna say with my 17 perception would I have seen Theravel, but yep.
Nah, I would just be like,
I mean, you wouldn't have needed a 17 to see like another person coming through the gates.
I will just like speak up and raise my hand and just be like, excuse me. That's my friends you're talking to. Hi guys. What's up?
Oh, good to see you're feeling better.
Yeah, I
When
was
did
feeling like
you
shit. I was
get
feeling real bad.
behind us?
You know what? Don't worry about that. But hey, guys, I found and I'm just completely ignoring the other group right now. I'm just like, hey, guys, I found this cave. It's got a bunch of like footprints going into it. I didn't go in because
Oh, God.
At
But,
this point, I would have climbed down
it's
off
got
the roof and walked towards Theravel.
I will have
I'm inclined
the
to follow, yeah.
the two people who are at the back where she is move onto her and restrain her as best as possible.
terrible.
Can I say real quick that Musket's still on the roof? He's going to fire with his crossbow a warning shot at the two he's ordering to move.
I was gonna say, and as soon as Reuben saw them moving towards Theravel, she would have also done a warning shot as well.
Yo, chill out. What did I miss? What?
I would suggest
What's
you
with the
do not touch our
aggressiveness?
compatriot.
Yes,
Or-
well, I would have suggested you do the same, but you already shot mine.
Well, yours deserved
Boy,
it.
boss, we gonna let a bunch of these dumblets tell us what to do with
No.
a seven
No,
snakes.
There's no need to say call
Yo, I
name
am
call.
not that
we
dumb. Come on, give me a little credit.
It seems that we're both going in separate directions. Why don't we just go in those separate directions and just you all want this place? We seem to have found a lead for our mission. You do your crime, and we'll do our saving.
Yeah, see, listen to the Warforge here. Just listen to reason, guys. Come on.
If they get within 5 feet of Thurival, there will be an arrow shot right at their feet.
Well, like I said, I'm fine with this. I would much rather not have to fight. I'd rather get on with what I need to do. So yes, I'll
Splendid. Then it is.
separate.
Then it is
separate.
accord. Then.
Look at us being civil.
So civilized.
Beautiful, really.
Very well.
I-
So it looks like you are reaching a. I'm sorry. Continue. Sorry. Continue.
I just have a quick question, DM. Would Reuben be able to infer that this is the Zentarum, the spy network, or part of the spy
Yes.
network? Okay.
Yes. You can easily infer that they are the companions of the Zentarum companions of Kella.
Reuben makes sure she keeps at least 15 feet between her and them, but she does skirt them to get and stand next to Thurival.
Yo, what's up? I raise a hand for a high five.
I kind of
As-
stick my elbow out because I still have my bow drawn to give you a.
I make a turkey.
Yep.
I make a turkey.
Love that. Just love that.
As I pass by, I'll extend like a handshake hand to Zolkin. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope your crime goes well.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you for not having my Kella here burned to death.
Oh, can't have others on my conscience. So, I'll hopefully I could say the same about you.
Also, while Zulkin is looking towards Pasana, Ruben will pull her hood further forward to shade more of her face to hide a little bit more.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't understand what you mean.
I'm just covering my face with the shadow of my hood more, just kind of pulling it forward more.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Covering my face more.
Okay, very good. So are you all going to oh sorry, so what next? What will you do next?
I think we'll follow Thorval, excuse me, um to the tracks.
To the cave that I found, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Turbo
Okay.
just kind of shoots everyone a thumbs up and says, "Follow me."
At this point, Musket
Ruben will
climbs
say.
down off. Go ahead.
Go ahead, JC.
No, so I'll say Musket at this point is going to actually finally climb down off of the house and rejoin the rest of the group.
And Ruben's gonna be the last one in the group leaving, and she's basically gonna walk backwards with her boat still drawn on the other group.
Okay, very good. So the seven snakes will they will sort of, keep a distance as you all leave the as you all exit the village.
I will say also as we leave, Musket is going to kind of turn around and start making faces at them just because he can.
Yeah, the other the
Of course he does.
the non-leaders of the others start putting their somewhat nervously fingering their crossbows because they don't know whether you mean to attack or not. They haven't seen a raccoon folk before, so that's how they respond. Okay. So I take it you exit the village and you cross over the bridge, right?
Yep, and I'm
Yep.
keeping an eye out on our tail just to make sure. Just better safe than sorry.
Okay. Well, once you are across the bridge, and like some of the others, they sort of, they make sure that they can still see you as you're heading out, and then once you're a pretty far enough distance away. Like once you are up in the trees, they retreat inside, at which point the drawbridge is raised. Behind, yes, the drawbridge into Nightstone is now raised.
Did
Once
we
we
have
get to
really
the,
let them take that town? Thinking about it now.
there's nobody
Does
there.
not seem to be anything left other
Yeah,
than
there's-
like.
And
It's
I
not like
mean,
we could check the keep.
and I pull out the freaking chest.
Yeah, I was actually going to remind
Ooh,
you about the chest.
Yeah, I pull out the
Oh,
stuff and
that's
say, yeah. I kind of went through a burning building, kind of took everything they could have before they did. So, yeah.
Yes.
You know what?
Are you okay, by the way, on that?
I'm fine. I could have taken another burn or two.
All right,
He's
so
going.
here is. Oh, and you didn't loot the goblins either. But here is what you found. The chest contains. It's a pretty heavy chest. But you just grabbed everything and threw all of the stuff into a sack. So inside the heavy sack is a suit of chainmail, as well as a helm, both of which are sized for a dwarf.
Oh, okay.
You also found a leather bag that does, crinkle with the sound of coins inside. Upon investigating it, you see that it has 45 gold pieces.
Ooh.
It also has 2 gemstones, which of a decent estimation is they're probably worth about 100 gold each. And there is a potion, which is labeled Potion of Heroism.
I thought you were about to say a different word. My God.
Did you think I was going to say Potion of Heroin?
Yes, and I would have said Faribault takes that shit so fast. No, I'm kidding.
I was
I'm
gonna
joking,
say,
I'm joking.
Ruben hasn't let anyone know what's in this chest yet. She's just kind of been digging through the bag.
Yep.
Okay, I got the chainmail and helm for a dwarf. You said it was 45 gold.
Mm-hmm. And 2 gems, 100 gold each, and then the potion of
Heroism.
Yeah, that's some heavy stuff, by the way, so just keep in mind that it may be, too heavy for you to keep.
Oh, that's
maybe
fine.
send a message to Cross asking him if he wants either of the items, since they are sized for a dwarf.
He's got a full plate set. I don't know about the helm, but I know he's got full plate, so I don't know if he's gonna want the suit of chain.
Okay.
But basically, in my imagination, seeing as Cross couldn't be here, in my imagination, Ruben kind of just threw those to them, and kind of everything else, the gold, the gems, and the potion, she didn't say a word about yet.
Okay. 1 second. Let me. God. Sorry, you bypassed something that I thought would take the entire night, so now I'm kind of
What?
He's now reeling from this realization that you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, by the way, Shizuka, you might not be needed for the rest of the night. Please feel free to stick around if you'd like, or
Yeah, I'll stick around.
okay, yeah.
All I see is Shizuka all of a sudden showing
I'm
up.
sorry we
with a...
removed your plot, Suzuka.
So sorry.
Hey, look, it's all good.
Dungeons and Dragons 101. It's messing with the DM's plan.
So I had something that would have been really interesting to use if we had fought.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of glad we didn't fight, because my 13 hit points would have been sad about that.
Oh, my like 63 or whatever would have been perfectly fine.
I have
which
2 spell
reminds
slots
me,
left.
I am.
I was gonna say, I think once we get in the woods a little bit, we're gonna take a short rest, and that's where Ruben would have dug through this chest or heavy bag or whatever.
a short rest or a long rest?
Short rest, just enough
At
to
least a short rest.
yeah, at least a short rest.
If we can manage a long rest, I would say a long rest, but I don't know with the bandits nearby. I
We
don't
could
know
take
how safe that
watches.
is.
I mean, we could do a long rest and take watches, but
That's true.
Well, I'm sure Musket gesticulating and making faces towards them is probably not going to annoy them too much.
No, not too much. Not at
Not
all.
at all.
No.
By the way, I'll just let you know it's my first time playing a sorcerer, so when I come back as a member, it's gonna be interesting.
Dude, it's my first time playing as a warlock. It's awesome.
Yeah, I
My
usually
first time
play
playing a bard, so
I either play a bard or like a paladin.
Yeah, I usually play a cleric or a druid or a ranger. And I was like, I'm gonna do something just a tad bit different. So now I'm just
Yeah.
really pushing.
If I had been a bard, I was going with a route that would have given me like plus 10 charisma by level 10 or 12.
Sounds awesome. Okay.
that is freaking amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, you have to
Bard
go
walks
with
into the
charisma as like all of your boosts, which is not
Yeah.
good. It's hilarious.
A bard walks into the bar and everyone looks at him and turned on.
You'll be like you'll take a 1 charisma check, and as long as you don't roll a 1, you'll basically pass it.
Mm-hmm.
So then, you are taking. I'm sorry. Is it a short rest or a long rest?
Whichever
We might-
anyone would want to do, like, I don't mind
I mean,
either.
I mean, if you do a long rest, there will probably just volunteer as tribute to watch because
yeah.
So, yeah,
I mean,
so would Ruben. Ruben would only need she could because she can do her meditation, and then
yeah.
she'd be
Let's do
fine.
long rest because I need my spell slots back. To be honest.
Okay.
You can't deal with just like 3 spell slots or whatever, however many you have.
You don't know what we went through
singular-
last time.
Yeah, I don't.
Uh,
But
it
the
was-
fact that
I
he
have
was
no idea.
on top of a house sounds very interesting.
it was a shit show. So
Like the thing is, I know that a cloud giant bombarded that town.
we know a giant
yeah.
bombarded it. We just
Yeah. Like that's the basically extent of what I know. Plus, it was infested with goblins.
well, the
Sorry, I'm
goblins
just
are gone.
Writing some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We
yeah, I mean,
tried
I'm
to
sure I
keep them
noticed.
alive. We tried to keep them alive.
Yes, but unfortunately, Gum Gum is gone.
yes. Gum Gum is gone.
I'm
We blew
still actually uninformed of how I'm going to be introduced with my character, so that'll be interesting.
It will be interesting.
Also,
All right. I'm sorry. So go ahead. I'm still doing stuff.
It's gonna be interesting the fact that I'm a divine / arcane sorcerer with the race I chose for sorcerers.
Actually,
Or
no.
for
A
my sorcerer.
tiefling. A tiefling is literally perfect for
Well,
a
I
sorcerer.
know
and
I know
vice
it's
versa.
perfect, but for a divine sorcerer, you would think that would be horrendous.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
are you
like?
are you a divine sorcerer?
No, I am going for arcane.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
because
mean,
I don't think
you
there's
could
a
go divine
thing as
sorcerer, but you'd be divine in hell.
Yeah, like that's the part. I was like, I want to go divine sorcerer, but if I'm doing a tiefling, I can't. I essentially worship Satan. That's not divine at all.
I mean, you can have a fallen angel, like your source coming from a fallen angel. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a devil.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have taken a long rest, and after that long rest, you have reached the cave that you now see inside the group. Well, actually, I'm sorry. So you arrive at the entrance to the cave. You have not gone inside. It is pitch black inside. You cannot see through it.
Even with dark vision?
Wait. It's pitch black inside?
Yes.
I have dark vision.
So do I.
Okay. Those of you with dark vision are able to see a little bit inside. It is a bit of a narrow entrance getting in, but all you can see from the entrance to the cave is a bunch of stalagmites, as well as what looks and smells like some mud off to the left on the inside. And then at the very distance, like maybe 100 feet further back, looks like a little bit of water. That's all you can see from right outside the cave.
Okay.
Who does not have dark vision that is in the party right now? I know Cross's character does.
I do not have it. I will be needing to light a torch.
Okay.
I'd say for Musket, it made sense brewing him that he's a raccoon, therefore creature of the nocturnal, so dark vision made sense.
Okay, that's fine. I will allow Musket to have dark vision. So is Raven, is Pisana the only character without any dark vision? What about Pine?
Yeah, I have dark vision. I'm an elf. Hi.
Okay.
Yep, me too. Yay, hi elves.
Yo, let's go.
Pisana, how about you?
Yeah, no dark vision, so.
Okay. So either let him in with a torch, or do you leave him outside?
So this isn't Musket character as Musket, so they didn't give you anything to be able to see in there when they built you.
I was mostly in court. In court for most of it. There wasn't a need. My maker didn't feel the need to provide such night vision.
Fair enough. Do you have a torch on you, friend?
Oh, that I do.
Can you hold it up for me?
And I hold up the torch.
And I cast Prestidigitation to light the flame. Because Prestidigitation lets you instantly light or snuff a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
Wait.
Nice.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much.
Not a problem. You know, I gotta make up for the time that I was out sick and shitting my brains out, so to say.
Okay.
How'd you get your braids back in?
Figure of speech, man. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it.
These
Pisana.
idioms always trip me up.
Okay,
We will
I'm
learn
sorry.
you one of these days. We'll learn you one of these days.
You'll get used to it. Working with us, you'll get used to it.
Okay, this is what you all see when you first glance into the cave. So you see like some stalagmites, some stalactites, which are the ones on top, as I learned in school. But you do see some ledges. Everybody, please. Well, actually, I'll let you decide what you want to do. So you stand at the entrance. You have not gone into the full cavern just yet. So I'll let you all choose what you want to do next.
I would like to start out by calling out, "Hello!" No.
And Reuben immediately slaps her hands over his mouth.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Reuven, I need you to make a. I need you to make I literally need you to make an attack roll on him in order to successfully do that or not. So
Okay.
I need you to do an unarmed strike against. I'm sorry. Who was the one who called out? I couldn't tell.
It was
Pisana.
Pisana.
Yeah, I need you to literally make an unarmed strike against Pisana's armor class.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
All right.
Am I rolling
You are-
damage?
No.
Okay.
No, it is not.
I was gonna say my
No,
powers would probably knock him out.
Hello.
You do not see, or rather, he does not get the full sound out. However, you do start to hear some moving sounds coming from the left of you and the right of you, as though something is above you trying to perhaps get a look.
Reuben will do
Can I roll
whatever she can
perception?
to hide. She's gonna hide real quick.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
say-
Reuven, you are okay. If you are going to hide, then Reuven, you are in the square at the bottom left. That is like that does not poke into directly. So you see the two squares that mark the entrance to the cavern in the bottom middle. Okay, so you are now to the bottom and left of those two squares if you are going to hide.
Okay, that was a really good stealth roll. That was a natural 19 plus 7, so 26 stealth.
All right. Very good.
Musket turns
I,
around and wonders where his friend has gone to.
Can I roll
Yeah.
a perception just to look around? After hearing that, I would like to look around.
Sure. Roll
Can I do that as
perception.
well?
I'm going
Yes.
to assume that since Golden, since Reuven like covered my mouth and then immediately hid, that you kind of dragged me with you.
Oh yes, I dragged you off to the side, and I used you to half hide myself, and that's how I went 26
This is
stealth.
not the human you are looking
I didn't
for.
like that. I rolled a 19 on perception plus 2 makes that 21.
I rolled an 18 plus 3 is 21.
I rolled
Okay.
a perception of 15. Not my best.
Okay. From the entrance to this place, you see in that little mud area, you see an ogre that a naked ogre that is bathing in what appears to be hot mud.
Oh, joyous.
I really want to make
Um,
ogre sounds, but I know I can't.
You also see. You also, while trying your best not to stare at the, darn it, I should have. If I had known we would, if I had known we would get to this part this quickly, I would have invited Daryl to join us. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna send him a message after I tell you what else you see. You
turn,
also
Dave.
see. Do you see these little ledges? Well, there are 5 ledges, and you can see some faint movement on each of the ledges, as though something is trying to peek out and look at. And look, you can't quite make out what is on those ledges, but there is one to your left, one to your right, one in the middle and to the right, and 2 on the middle and to the left, surrounding that little stalagmite mound in the middle. So that is what you perceive. That in this area there is a goblin. Sorry, there's an ogre and 5 ledges with a little bit of movement on top of them.
Musket's gonna kind of just look at Therival as essentially giving them a look of confusion as to what's going on here.
Miss Reuven, I thought that why did you stop? Aren't we looking for?
Shh.
Yes, but why?
Shh. That's the best ogre sounds I'm gonna make for you, Chief.
Therival kind of whispers.
Was that Shizuka?
Yeah, that was.
That was Shizuka.
Okay. Okay.
Therival kind of whispers. We're surrounded by something, and there's an ogre. Shh.
I can see that.
Yeah, and they're only about like 10 foot up from the ground, so you can see them, but it appears they haven't noticed you quite yet.
Reuven's debating whether she's gonna be stupid and sneak to the middle of the room, or if she's just gonna pull everyone off to the side so we can discuss how we're gonna enter the room. But she's debating right now.
Musket is going to try to move as slowly as possible to where Reuven is underneath Pisana right now. Partially to get out of the line of sight, partially to readjust the fact that he has short swords ready, and now he realizes he might want his crossbow.
Yeah. Reuben's gonna be stupid and she's gonna sneak into the middle of the circle of stalactites or stalagmites, whichever. And she's gonna try to see if she can get a better view of the room.
All right, so you are moving closer.
Yeah, I'm sneaking. I am being my sneaky self and sneaking to the middle of the room.
Okay. So I'm sorry. What are you looking for exactly? Okay. Well, I'll just tell you what you can see. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can see at about. I'm sorry. I need to count that again. 3. You see 6 different passages that appear to lead into other parts of these caves.
Okay. So
You see 3. I'm sorry, 3. Let me just clarify. There are 3 to your left, 1 straight ahead, and 2 to your right.
Okay. Reuben's gonna hide in this circle of stalactite thingies. And she's literally just gonna hide there, pull out a wire, and she is going to message Musket, and she's going to whisper into this message how many entries she sees, and if she sees any other enemies visually now that she's in the center of this room.
Okay. When you reach the center of the room, you realize that hidden between the stalagmites is, or rather, you hear the sound of snoring among these stalagmites. I need you to make another perception check.
Oh god, here we go.
Oh, sorry, another stealth check. Another stealth check.
Oh, okay.
Yes, stealth.
Yeah, I'm just imagining at this point, like Musket's gotten to where he think like Reuven's been, and all of a sudden he gets there and like Reuven is gone. He's like, "What?" The? Turns, sees Reuven duck behind a stalactite, and his ears just kind of go flat as he's like, "Oh boy."
Okay. Natural 17 plus 7 is 24?
Yes.
All right. You are able to. You hear the snoring of a female ogre. Sleeping among the stalagmites. But despite practically walking on top of her without noticing her presence there, she does not wake up at all.
Once Reuven realizes that she's basically standing on top of a female ogre, she's gonna go and she's going to make quick work back to the entrance as quickly as possible, as quietly as possible. Kind of swearing under her breath the entire way.
It's a nope.
She remembers the pain that she felt from the ogres before. She doesn't want to feel it again. And as soon as she gets back, she lets everyone know. She goes, "Okay, so we got Mr. Ogre who is taking his nice mud bath, and then we have Mrs. Ogre who is taking her beauty rest. It's not doing much for her, but she's in the middle of the stalactites. And then there's 6 entrances, 3 on the left, 1 straight ahead, and then 2 on the right. Any questions?"
Yes. What are the names of these ogres?
Stinky and Smelly, glaring at Pisana.
I'm gonna call them.
I'm glad that you were able to introduce yourself to Sticky and Smelly.
I'm gonna call them Dave 1 and I'm gonna name Dave 2 and Dave 3.
So is it Sticky and Smelly, or is it Dave 1 and 3? I'm confused.
Reuven literally face palms to the point where she takes a point of damage. She hits herself so hard.
A+ banter.
Yeah. Musket's gonna go, "I don't have a question, more so just Roof.
Yeah.
You gotta tell us when you do something like that. Don't just
Maybe.
run off.
If I get in trouble, I would message you. You know that.
I
All
know,
right,
but
well,
still.
one more thing. While you were in the room, you also noticed that there was a pool to the northeast wall of the cavern. A very shallow pool. Far as surface area, probably like 10, 20, 30. Yeah, probably like 40, like, probably got like square footage of like 40 feet or so.
Oh, and if you guys wanted to go wading, there's a pool of like 40 feet or so.
I mean, I do not need to. I do not feel the need to go swimming, but I'm sure I could figure it out if the need arises.
I mean, that's up to you. I'm perfectly good not wading into a pool when there's two ogres because we already know how badly an ogre hurts when they hit you.
Yes, Therival, what these footprints you saw? Were they like human sized or were they
You know, I
larger sized?
would Therival would Therival know that? Because I didn't get that information when you kind of told me the footprints, or did he just take a quick
Yes, hang
glance and
on.
ran?
Yeah, let me tell you. They were yeah, there were just a lot of normal sized tracks and a about a dozen or so sets of smaller tracks.
Okay.
As well as at least two pretty large tracks of some kind of animal with paws.
With that, Therival says, so might have forgotten to tell you, they were a little odd, funny looking, but hey, they were tracks. It was a lead. You know,
Okay, so that means that we have.
Musket just raises a hand and kind of just pinches the bridge of his snout.
So does Reuben.
It
Reuben
is
does the
better.
same thing. She's literally like facepalmed twice in the last 5 minutes.
It's the best leave we have, at least. That's.
it was a
I
lead.
mean,
Okay.
yeah, no, you did good there, Vol. You
I
did good.
mean, the
See, thank
goblins
you.
all
Validation is nice.
the goblins
You
had
guys could learn a
also
little from that.
the goblins had also told us that everyone in town had gone. I didn't write it down because my notes are, or I should say, my notes are now a watery mess, so I don't remember what they actually said. But something about them going like further to a different city or something because of the DM. Remind me.
No,
No.
I actually don't think I
Am I
said anything
remembering
about
wrong?
going to another city.
I thought they had
I
like.
think they had
I
left
think I said that
to
they
the
would.
north.
Yeah, I think I
that's what it
said.
is.
I just said generally north, and you did go north,
Okay.
following
So
the tracks.
we're on the right track. Wink, wink.
Did you audibly say wink, wink? Please tell me you audibly
I,
said.
I audibly said wink, wink because
I
I
love
have diodes for eyes. The best I could do is just have them literally blink off and on. But no one ever sees that. No one ever notices. So I just learned to. Anyway, I'm off topic.
Yeah, there's no dice roll for whatever existential issue you're having right now. So please.
Musket's like, okay, yeah, yes, get to the point at hand.
So
Reuben
we
at this
know.
point has sat down on the ground and has put her head in her hands and she's going, "Why am I here? What did I
Reuben,
do to deserve this?"
while you were
Musket's gonna
in,
see this and just kind of go over and just start rubbing his head on Reuben's shoulder. It's like being like, it's okay.
Reuben, when Query, did you see? All you saw were um, the two ogres, correct? You didn't see any like bloody bodies or anything that would say like, "Hey, they had a meal of all of the people that ran here."
Hasana?
You did find some broken spears, some broken shields, and some drops of bat guano.
Hasana, I was a little. I mean, I saw weapons and they were broken, and a lot of bat shit. But I also almost stepped on Mrs. Ogre, so I kind of booked it as quickly as possible. I didn't look for blood.
Were they older weapons or were they
They're
like
broken. Obviously,
okay.
probably been used
All
as
right,
toothpicks.
all right.
Sana, I'm gonna take a wild guess that the moment she saw Smelly, aka Dave 3, the age of the weapons was the last thing on her mind.
Okay, okay.
I know I'm sneaky, but when I almost step on an ogre who is sleeping, yeah, I know about. I don't want that shit.
How about this? Since it sounds like this is the best lead we have one that is asleep, one that is awake. Does not see the most that he can do right now. You said he was bathing, correct?
If ogres bathe, he was in a mud puddle.
Okay, so we'll say bathing then.
Yeah, kind of like the way I used to look.
I'm gonna leave that be. I'll ask later. However, we do need. So we could probably just. I could walk up and ask, and while you all hide in the shadows
No. We're
and
not.
hide in the shadows, and if he comes to bonk me, you guys bonk him first.
Why
How
would
about we don't
interact?
sacrifice
Like
ourselves?
let's not talk to them at all. Let's just.
But they would have if there's no blood, then they're here somewhere. Maybe they're just sheltering them.
Yeah, because ogres shelter us.
I mean, they did shelter all of us, just made us also work for
That
no
wasn't
pay.
sheltering, Pasana. That was literally captivity.
Yep,
Can everybody make a perception check right now, please?
I was gonna say we've been discussing. Oh, please.
I rolled
dirty
a 6
20 for
plus,
me.
6 plus 2.
6
16.
plus 4 is 10.
All right. Did anybody get at least a 17?
I did.
What did you get?
Dirty 20.
Oh, good.
Okay. You see the goblin. Sorry, not the goblin. You see the ogre has gotten out of his bath, and seems to be kind of looking at you, like kind of like he's craning his neck as though he like hears the sound of like a bunch of voices having these existential problems. insofar as he can understand what an existential problem is, and he comes over, sits down, and says, "Knob, knob, knob."
I guess this is Mr. Knob,
Hmm.
guys.
Does
If
anyone speak big?
I have
Deadly
learned
creature.
to speak giant, goblin, and orc, since is that am I able to understand with that?
Yes, he says, I understand you're having an existential crisis. Perhaps I can help.
Oh,
Is he
in
civil?
I start talking in the native tongue. No, maybe not so much existential. Although we were just wondering if you had seen. We were looking for our friends, and we were trying to figure. We got off topic, and it was a whole thing. Anyway, I hate to be a bother, sir, but
He raises his great club and says, "Knob, knob," which loosely translates to "I help this way," and bonks you.
Hooray!
Ruben is
so-
like. Ruben is
Musket,
about to
Musket up
attack.
to that bonk, just looks at Reuben, just like with the most "what the fuck is going on" look on his face.
And he deals 12 points of damage, and we are in initiative.
Okay, so that's
I mean, I dare to ask: is this like a great club weapon, or is this a great club euphemism?
It is a great club weapon, not
Okay.
It is not a club that is that would get like a 5-star review on Yelp or something.
And
5-star for concussion.
you said 12 points of damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
If Ruben wasn't about to attack right now, she'd be face palming so hard.
well,
My mom
I'll
just
say right
said that.
now.
My mom just said, "Mr. Knob, the orc therapist, time to battle your therapist."
I was just about to say that.
Um,
I rolled a total of 14.
I have a 13.
I have a 22.
I have a 14 initiative.
Let me roll real quick. Okay. Okay, let me just go down one by one. Pisana, what was your initiative?
14?
14. Musket?
14.
Okay, wait, no, 1 second. Therival?
22.
Reuven?
13.
13. And let me roll for Magris real quick. And Magris will get an 8. Okay, Magris will be taking up the rear in this one, just offering some healing support where he can. So, Pisana and Musket, between the two of you, who goes first?
My dex bonus is a +2 at with a 14 score.
So we're going off of the initiative bonus or the dexterity bonus?
You go off the initiative bonus first, and then dexterity.
My initiative is. Go ahead.
+3 for me.
For initiative?
Yeah.
Same for me. Dexterity for me is +3 as well.
Okay, then you're first.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll be Musket, then Pisana.
Yep.
Okay. Therival, you go first.
Okay. Let's see. What can I do?
The ogre will go last.
So we're just fighting just the ogre right now?
Right now.
That's always
I
easier.
I make this I make this comment at my party. So everyone knows we're gonna be fighting just him in a moment, right? And then I catch Eldritch Blast while like just casually talking about this.
Okay.
And that is gonna be a 10.
10 will not hit.
Oh no, wait, I just rolled damage, not hit. Fucking dumb. Hold on, wait.
It's been
That
a
was the wrong
while.
dice. It's been a
Okay.
while. 19 plus
That will hit.
5. Okay,
That's
then
for,
yeah.
That's for 10 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. It does a nice chunk of damage. Musket, your turn.
All right, I'm going to attempt to move to where I am flanking him. Can I do that?
Yes, you can do that.
All right, I'm going to move to where I am flanking him, and then I'm going to take a swing with my short sword at one of his legs. Now, if I'm right, flanking should give me advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. This roll was a 9, plus my bonus for the short sword is 5, so that's going to be a 14.
That will hit.
All right. Roll for damage. It's going to be a total of 6 damage, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to do the 2-weapon fighting on him. Well, to take another swing at him.
Okay.
But I have advantage on that too.
Sure.
The first roll is a 22. Second roll is a 19, so 22. So that'd be another 3 points of damage.
All right. Pisana, you're up.
So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend a bonus action to use my unsettling words on him That was rather rude of you. In unsettling words, as a bonus action, you can spend one use of your bardic inspiration and choose a creature you see within 60 feet. Roll the die. The creature must subtract the number rolled from the next save and throw it makes before the start of your next turn. So my D6 roll is a 6.
Okay, so his next saving throw, he gets a -6.
Yep.
Okay.
And I am going to then hit him with a sword.
Okay, go ahead.
Nope. Hang on. There we go. Does a 12 hit?
Yep, a 12 does hit.
Awesome. So 7 damage.
All right. Got him at about half.
And then I'm gonna spend yeah, I'll stay there for right now. I don't want to get attack of opportunity.
Okay. Reuven, you're up.
So Reuven moves as quickly as possible into his fight, and she's gonna take 2 hits, and because she has friends who are in in attack range, she gets sneak attack on the first one. So the first one is a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, so damage on the first one would be it would be 13 damage on the first one.
All right.
And then the unarmed strike is an 8 plus 5, which is 13.
That will hit.
So like d4 of damage. So that's a 1 plus 3. So 4 points of damage on the unarmed strike.
Okay.
And she just stands there. She's ready.
Okay. You hear a pretty loud roar of pain come from the ogre, and from behind the ogre and behind Musket as well, you hear a whole bunch of little goblin voices that start going, Briark, 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 Briark.
Ah, crap.
And those goblins immediately, or rather, Musket can immediately start hearing the sound of arrows whistling through the air at him, because he is now, unfortunately, the only one whose body is not concealed by the giant ogre.
I
So,
reiterate. Crap.
All right, so let me just go one by one, because any arrow that doesn't hit Musket is going to have a funny effect. All right.
Joy.
Roll low. Roll low.
All right.
Oh,
Does
man.
does a 7 hit?
No.
Okay, that doesn't hit either.
Wait, ricochet. Oh no.
I've got 2 natural ones so far. A
Good.
19. A 19 plus 4 is 23. That should hit.
That would definitely hit.
All right, so that one does 5 points of damage to you. And does an 18 hit?
That also hits.
All right, so that is another 5 points of damage. So that is 10 points of damage from short bows. However, 2 of those arrows struck Knob right in the back because they missed that badly. And so now he's got arrows sticking out of him. And unfortunately, from you hear those snores from the ogre turn into, Honey, are you up? Did you make sure to save some hot mud for me? And you see the female goblin get up and
Goblin. excuse me.
Sorry, ogre. Start walking.
Shit.
Grab her club and join the rest of you.
Oh joy.
But she hasn't reached you yet.
Oh, thank God. I was about to say, because guess who's going to be the first one they get to?
Yeah, okay. So from where you are, the other ogre is 20 is about 20 feet away from you.
Yeah, okay.
And she chucks a javelin at Musket, and that will be a 20, which will hit for 10
Natural
points of
20?
damage. No, dirty 20
Oh,
for 10
dirty 20.
points.
I was about to say, oh shit.
Yeah, for 10 points of damage.
Musket's... He's still got a few hits in him, but at the same time, he's realizing that maybe putting himself between the ogre and all the other enemies was probably the bad idea.
Yes. Magris actually had his turn skipped. It can see that the ogre is on death's door. So, does anybody remember what weapon Magris uses? I kind of wish I had Magris's character sheet, but I
believe
can't
it's
seem to
Great
find
club
it.
you said he bonked me with, so.
No,
No. What
No,
Magris?
Magris, not
Oh, sorry.
It
Got
was
sorry.
it was one of the weapons that you gave. I think it was the axe.
Well, at any rate, Magris takes his weapon and decides to give Nob a taste of his own medicine. Smashes his weapon into Nob's naked undercarriage.
So basically, I was about to say, he's going to take the hit at Knob's knob.
Yeah, he takes a swing at Nob's knob, and makes clean contact, and Nob falls over backwards, clearly dead from the extreme loss of blood, and Nob is dead. Let's see, Musket,
Nob.
make a dexterity saving throw real quick.
Oh no.
So did a player just die without even being here?
I'm sorry?
Did a player just die without even being here?
No, that was Nob
no.
that died.
Nob died.
That was the ogre.
Gonna,
Yeah.
that's
You
going to
know,
be a
I've kind of been
total...
spacing out a little bit.
that's
Am I
going to
on
be a
wild stream?
total of a 14.
All right, you are able to avoid Nob falling onto you ass cheeks first, because
I'm just imagining Knobs starts falling. Musket just goes, "Oh shit!" Like ducks down a little bit, and then
it would have been
both of
been
Knobs' legs like
literally,
fall
oh,
on either
shit,
side of him.
because with the angle that he fell on you, you probably would have been lodged in between his butt cheeks. But
Oh God!
but you
I'm
managed
just
to.
That is a
imagining.
fate
I'm
worse
imagining
than
it's
death.
like the way. Yeah, imagining the way that Knob does fall though. It's like
Yeah, well,
in that old movie where like the side of the barn falls, and the window just
Oh,
falls on
yeah,
either
yeah.
side of the guy. It's like that's Knob's legs just on either side of Musket, and he's just like, oh.
well, I mean, listen. Hopefully, hopefully the ogress doesn't fall, in that direction forward onto you, right?
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
No comment. No comment.
Okay, Therival, it is your turn. You
Hey.
have one dead ogre, and you can now see that the goblins are positioning themselves on the various ledges to start shooting arrows at you. And you also have one more ogre that is 20 feet away from you.
Okay. The goblins, are there any on the ledges that are like more than one on the ledge?
No, all of the ledges have just one goblin.
How far apart are the ledges?
Well, I mean, you can see them on the map.
Oh, right. Let me go look at that real quick. Hold on.
And if you're having trouble seeing, I'll try to get you a better image.
Okay, what I had planned is not gonna. And the ogre, the other one is behind us, right? Yeah. So
The other ogre is in front of you.
Oh, it's just in front of us. Fantastic. Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm thinking.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Therabol's gonna face the ogre coming towards them, and he's going to just simply cast Shatter, which is a and there's a sudden loud ringing noise from like just right on top of where the ogre is. Wait, how far away is the ogre from them?
20 feet.
Us?
Yeah, about 20 feet away from Musket, and I guess
Musket's the
30 feet.
closest.
Yeah. So
Fortunately.
20 feet from Musket, 30 feet from the rest of you. Sorry,
Okay,
should have
just dead
clarified.
point on that ogre's head. I'm gonna cast Shatter, which is a loud ringing noise in a shape of spear. It's 10 feet in radius, so it shouldn't reach Musket. And the ogre has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I just want to quickly read the spell description.
Yeah.
10-foot sphere. Let's make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. A non-magical object also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. Okay. All right. Let me just see. Constitution save. You said.
Yes.
Okay. That is a 11.
That is not gonna make it.
Okay.
She takes. Let me count. I can't count.
Yay, math.
7 plus
Numbers, how do they work?
13.
The numbers, what do they mean?
What is that? A 7. 13. 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. Okay. Let me mark that. I think her weapon might take damage as well, but I need to see what like the stats for a great club are.
If I shattered the weapon, I think it's
I think it's wood, so it wouldn't shatter from a sound like that.
no. It's inorganic material.
Latin. I'm just thinking, like, is it possible that that has like effects on the on like the stones and stuff, causing like the stuff around
It's how
around it to
tall
like
is
fall on them?
how tall is the ceiling from her head? I dropped my own head.
Yeah, it's 20 feet. It's oh, I'm sorry, no, that's not right. Ledges. Wait. Yeah, 20 feet high.
Then it wouldn't reach because it's a 10-foot radius, and I centered it like dead on her head, so it'd still have like 10 feet more to clear that area.
Okay. Very good. The ogre roars in pain. I'm sorry, moving forward, I'm going to let all of you, like, if you make the killing blow, I'll allow you to describe how you deal that blow, but, I'll otherwise describe it. Okay, so that is the damage that you have done to the ogress. Musket, it is your turn.
All right. What I'm going to do is Musket is going to turn as he turns to face the ogress. He's going to put one of these short swords away. In the process, pull out the hand crossbow and take a shot at her real quick.
All right.
15.
15 will hit.
All right, that's going to be that is a 6 plus 3, so that's 9 points of damage.
Alrighty.
And then Musket is going to proverbially stick his tail between his legs and go hide around the corner.
All right. Very good.
He doesn't feel like getting shot by any more arrows right now.
Pisana, you're up, and you are 30 feet away from the ogress.
I am 30 feet away from the ogress. Okay. I am going to follow. I'm going to follow Musket.
And get behind, like, Theravel and Reuven.
Yes. I am going to hit Musket with Cure Wounds. Ooh.
Oh, right. Musket did take damage. Okay.
Yep. You'll heal for 11.
Nice.
And let's see here. Nope, that's an action. And I don't have any bonus actions I want to take right now. So that's it for my turn.
Okay. Reuven,
Thanks,
you're up.
buddy.
Not a
Ogre's
problem.
30 feet away, and there's goblins on all the ledges. How far would you say the stalactites are from me?
The stalagmites, the stalagmites are right behind the ogre. So, like, the first one is like 35 feet away from you.
Okay.
Hang on, let me just see if there is a climb number for them. Yeah, they range from 3 to 15 feet. Yeah, they range from 3 to 15 feet tall.
But they can be cover from the goblins, is what I'm thinking. So, Reuven is going to run up to Mrs. Ogre, and she's going to punch and stab with a sword. So the stab with the sword does not have sneak attack because there's nobody there. So that would be 13, 18 to hit,
That will hit.
and 7 points of damage.
All right.
And then she's also going to just do a roundhouse kick to her back as she's running by her.
All right.
It's gonna hit. It's gonna be a 12. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does hit.
Ooh, cool. And that's gonna be a very cocked d4. So that's gonna be 6 points of damage. And then she's gonna go use her bonus action to hide behind one of the stalagmites. And she rolls a 24 to hide. 24? No.
All right. You now have, I will say, it will, depending on which attack, you will have some coverage from some of the goblin arrows, but, you don't have perfect 360-degree cover, so some of them may be able to hit you if they
That is if they
have
see
good
me,
aim.
because I did hide.
Okay.
I get a 24 to hide.
All right, fair enough. It is Magris's turn, and Magris will use a spell to heal Pisana from his earlier bonk, and that will heal him back to full health.
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you, my
Now
pet.
it is their turn. The ogress will go first and will make a quick perception check. And is able to because he has passive perception, is able to follow your attempt to hide from her.
Fuck.
And she pulls out the bonk stick and decides to give you a bonk. However, thankfully, the Great Club gets stuck in a Oh wait, does it? Does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay, so her bonk stick gets stuck in a stalagmite, and she has to spend the rest of her turn wrenching it out. Let me just quickly look at the space and see. Okay, so you have full coverage from 3 of the goblins, but 2 of them can still see you well enough to make attacks on you. All right, one of them gets a 23, which will hit you for 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And the other gets a 13. Does that hit?
No.
Okay. So that is 5 points of damage from one, and now it is Therival's turn.
Okay, how is that ogress looking? She's looking pretty good.
Not great. Not great.
Not
She's
great?
definitely like visibly hurt. Pretty bad.
Okay. I Okay, I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost. Gotta make a see if I hit with range. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 will hit.
Okay. Then she takes 7 points of damage. And her
Okay.
movement is slowed for 10 feet, apparently. Let's see that or something. Her speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
All right. So a blast of cold hits the ogress, and yeah, she does not like that. Definitely looking a little bit more sluggish now. Musket.
And Therival says as he's casting it, "Now don't get cold feet on me."
Brilliant.
Musket's going to now. It's Musket's turn. He's going to step around the corner and just yell, "Hey, ugly!" and fire off a hand crossbow bolt. That is a 13 plus 7. That'll be a dirty 20.
All right, that will hit. That was aimed at the ogre, right?
Yes.
All right, that will hit.
And that's going to be 4 plus 3, so 7 points of damage.
All right. She's on her last legs. Pasana. Oh, I'm sorry, Musket. Was there anything else you were planning to do?
There's nothing else. I could cast Hunter's Mark, but I think it's a little bit late to do that onto the ogre.
But you can cast it on any of the goblins.
I could cast it on the goblins. I actually might do that then. And cast Hunter's Mark on the nearest goblin to me.
Okay, that will probably be the one to your left. Okay. Hunter's Mark. All right.
Do you need to read the description about it, or?
Well, I mean, what does it do?
You choose a creature you can see within range and basically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack, and you have advantage on any wisdom, perception, or wisdom survival checks you make to find it.
Okay.
If it drops 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to make to mark a new creature. And it lasts up to an hour.
Very good. Pasana, you are up.
Awesome. I am going to stay in the cover I'm at, and yell to the ogress, "You have a lovely home. I'm so sorry." As I cast vicious mockery.
Okay.
Is going to be she needs to make a wisdom saving throw. And needs to beat a 13.
Wisdom saving throw. Will not make it.
Awesome. So that means that she'll take 3 points of psychic damage.
How many?
3.
All right, that will be a lethal amount. So you can describe what happens.
She has a massive headache.
She has an aneurysm on the spot.
Yeah, pretty much. So I say, you have a lovely home. I'm so sorry about the intrusion. And then she just does one of the what Golden and Reuven and Musket were doing earlier with the pinch in their nose and stuff, but she pinches too hard. It just kind of like snaps her brain.
Oh my god!
Keels over.
Jesus.
Okay, rock on. So down goes that ogre. Anything else?
That's gonna be it for my turn.
Okay. Magrus's turn. Is there anybody else who
Wait, what
needs
about
healing?
me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Reuven.
Quick question. You said 3 of them I had full cover. Does that mean I was hidden from 3 of them?
Yes. So
Yes.
the ones that did have an angle on you were the ones that were directly west and southwest of your position. The
Okay.
one that is to the northwest, the east, and southeast do not have visual on you.
Okay. Because she is hidden from those 3, she will get sneak attack if she attacks one. So she's gonna pull out her short bow, and she's gonna attack one of them.
Attack one of which?
The ones that she's hidden from. Choose your pick on the left side of the map. On the
Okay. Well, on the left side is okay. So the one on the
whichever
left
one
side
she's
of the
hidden
map. Okay, yeah, that is the one in the northeast. Sorry, northwest.
Okay.
Northwest.
So she's gonna try to attack. 11 plus 5 is 16. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 just hits.
Oh god. Okay. So she gets sneak attack. Not too good. So 10 points of damage. And then she's just basically going to move enough that she breaks visual.
Well, that is a hang on. That is a lethal amount of damage.
Oh,
first,
she just
so...
shoots him through the eye so that he's now pinned to the wall.
Okay.
And then she just moves through the stalactites, so she breaks visual with any of the goblins, even if it's for a second, and she's gonna hide again.
Okay, very good.
Oh, that's really good. That's 18 plus 7, so 25 to hide.
Okay. It is Magrus's turn. Is there anybody else who is injured, in need of healing?
I mean,
still
I
not
don't
up to
know if
full
Magrus
health,
can see
but-
me because I
Magrus cannot see you.
Yeah.
Is there anybody who is back at the entrance who is in need of any healing?
I'm not back up to full health because I took 20 points of damage when the goblins attacked and the javelin was chucked at me.
All right, then Magrus will cast a healing spell on Musket that will also bring you back to full health.
So I can do at least 9 points of damage or health. I mean,
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now it is the goblins' turns, and you can hear them kind of yapping in Goblin. If there's anybody who speaks Goblin, let me know.
Nope.
That I can.
All right, so you can hear the goblins squeaking, why aren't there reinforcements? Where is Hark? We need Hark. And as they're doing that, they all climb down. The ones that are still alive climb down from their ledges, and they rush to the middle so that they can start shooting arrows at you guys. So who is in the front? Who is in front of the party right now? I think that might be Musket and Therival.
Probably.
That sounds about right because Musket did pop himself back around the corner.
Okay, so let's see. All right, well, 3 of them get in range to start shooting arrows. One more is down and is kind of looking for Reuven. The one who was on the west ledge is looking for Therival. I'm sorry, looking for Reuven, can't find her. The other 3 start shooting arrows. I think they're going to go at Therival because they recognize that the sorcerer is scarier. So the first one That will
Opposed
be
to Musket, who is
a.
just freaking adorable.
He's also smaller and harder to hit, as they learned earlier. Will an 11 hit?
No.
Will a 20 hit? A dirty 20 hit?
Just barely. Just barely.
All right, that'll be for 5 points of damage. And the
Can I
and
cast a reaction spell to that?
yes, you can.
Cool, I cast Hellish Rebuke for that.
Okay.
It's a
What is the
reaction.
hang on? What is the range for that?
60 feet.
Hang on. Let me just make sure you're in range, because.
Please be in range.
Yeah, you're in range.
Sweet.
Okay.
So I point a finger at the creature surrounded by hellish flames. They have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, hang on. I just need to mark down which one is which. Okay, dexterity saving throw, you say?
Yes.
Okay, that will. Goblins have really great dexterity, so I need to just double check this real quick. Usually great, but not this time. Only an 8, so I take it that does not make it.
It
Okay.
does not. They will take 2d fire damage, so I hate not having my dice to roll.
Do you want me to make the roll for you?
I got it. That will be a 20.
20 points of damage?
20 points of damage.
All right, that is lethal damage, so please...
So Therivolt gets hit by an arrow and says, "You motherfucker." Points a finger and casts Hellish Rebuke, to which the goblin just turns to literal ashes, and everyone can hear it screaming. And he just blows off his finger and says, "Anyone else?"
All right. That goblin is dead, and then there were 3. And the last goblins... all right, let's see. The last goblin, that will be a 14.
That's hit.
All right, and that will be for 5 points of damage.
What did the first one hit me for? I'm sorry.
They do 5 points of damage to you.
5 to 10. Okay.
Yep. So, Therivolt, now you get to go again.
Hey, I want to cast Eldritch Blast on the one that just hit me.
Go for it. That's the farthest goblin.
120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 18...
I mean, it's less than 125, obviously.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Does a 18 hit?
An 18 will hit.
I got an 8 for damage.
That is lethal damage.
He points another finger at that goblin and just like mimes like a gunshot kind of motion, and the Eldritch Blast just hits that goblin head on off into the wall, and there's just ashes left. And he says,
All right.
"Anyone else?"
As like anyone else.
Anyone else?
All right.
I just love that.
Well, there is one goblin that's like right next to you, realizes that like there's a mud bath separating it from the other goblin, and is definitely pretty panicked right now. But it is not his turn to move.
Therivolt just makes eye contact with him and just stares him down.
Okay. And by the way, that is the one with the hunter's mark.
The one that's still alive on the other side of the mud?
The one that is next to all of you guys, or closest to all of you guys, is the one with the hunter's mark, and that is the one that Therivolt is currently staring down.
Okay, how far away from us is it?
About 15 feet. The other one is about 35 feet.
All right, in that case, I'm just gonna basically charge at it with my short swords and take a swing. Let's see, 14 plus 5 is 19.
Hit.
All right, and I believe if I'm right with Hunter's Mark, that doubles my dice output, so that'll be 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good because that was a 1. That's going to be a total of 9.
That will be lethal, so feel free to describe it.
So what's going to happen is Musket's going to come in rage screaming, basically at the top of his lungs, and it's just going to come... I'm assuming the goblin's about the same height he is.
Yeah,
He's
about
just-
the same.
And he's just going to swing the first blade at the goblin's throat and just, well, for lack of a better word, just decapitate him.
Okay, rock on. Let's see. Right. Sorry. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think the other goblin's going to survive long enough for it to matter, but for my bonus action, I'm going to move the Hunter's Mark to the other goblin.
All right. Pisana, it is your turn.
How many more goblins are left in the little central mite area?
Just the one that's looking for Theraval.
You mean
Awesome.
Ruben?
So this will be overkill.
I'm sorry, the one that was looking for Reuven. But yeah.
I'm gonna get close enough to kind of shatter. I'm gonna cast Shatter on the stalactites above them, above the goblin,
Mm-hmm.
to try to get them to like fall on top of the little gobble.
Okay. I'll let the goblin do a dexterity saving throw. And he will not make the saving throw, so you can describe what happens, because it will be lethal damage.
Okay. So I walk up and I hand motions and cast Shatter above on the stalactites above. They rock and shake and several fall down like a literal ton of bricks. And all when the dust settles, all you see is the little green hand going just like grasp it and then falling flat
Okay.
from under the rubble.
Very good. You have cleared the room of what appears to be all the goblins. So now, so now feel free to do whatever.
Ruben, while staying hidden, she's gonna go loot bodies, and sneak up on, she'll sneak up on Musket, and then she'll start looting bodies. So basically, she'll just walk behind Musket and say, haha, you got hit by an arrow too. And then go loot. It's still hidden, so he doesn't have no idea where she is.
Musket's going to just hear that and just be like, what?
Okay, well, as far as loot goes, the goblins and ogres don't have anything more than their standard stuff. You know, you've got, and this room is pretty barren as well, aside from the aforementioned broken spears and shields, as well as the bat guano. Yeah, each goblin has the standard scimitar, short bow, and leather armor and shield.
Anybody want any of these? If
I'm
nobody
good.
wants it, she throws it all into the pool of water.
Okay.
I guess if they want it, they can wait for it.
Yep. And then she's gonna go and kind of look around each entrance to see if she can find any humanoid tracks.
Okay, let me okay, so why don't you do a survival check?
That's what I'm good at. Which one do I use? We'll use
You may call yourself an expert.
I am not good at survival at all.
What do you
Yo.
mean? You're supposed to be like amazing, aren't you?
No. But I still did get a dirty 20.
Okay, very good. Just give me a minute. Okay. Wait. All right. You are able to see in the northeast corner of the main cavern. You see a lot of a lot of tracks that are larger than goblin tracks, and they lead right past the northeast corner, right past the that pool of that rancid water. But every single one of the uh, but there are tracks leading into every single one of the tunnels except the one that is at the direct north of it. Those don't really seem to extend further because it is just a giant fissure in the ground.
Okay. Reuben makes herself appear out of nowhere because she's been hidden this entire time. She goes, tracks going this way that are not goblin sized.
Well, and also there are goblin-sized ones, but there are non-goblin ones
But
mixed in.
those are the only ones bigger than goblins, right? Are going that way.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Are they oversized or?
They're bigger than goblins. I'm not a tracker. You're the tracker, man. I just look for the tracks and kind of did it. It's my specialty.
Musket does the whole thing where he opens his mouth and raises a hand for a rebuttal, and then you see his finger drop as he realizes she's not wrong.
She never is.
All right. Did I get the? Yeah.
Can I go take a look at the tracks and see? Like maybe get a better idea of like if they're like human or not.
Yeah. You can make a check as well.
And Reuben looks at like Pasana and at Magris and goes and looks at this humongous like gash through her shoulder from a couple arrows and goes, you guys wanna patch me up while we're waiting?
Oh, why yes, I'm so sorry, Miss Reuben.
I'm going to say right now I rolled a 12, so it's probably a good point that Musket doesn't notice anything different about the tracks.
They are, they are.
They are
I'm
what
sorry,
I thought they
let me-
were. They're
Yeah, they're
bigger than Goblin.
yeah
Reuben,
they are distinctly not goblin, but there are a lot of them.
Reuben, you heal for 7.
Oh yay.
Hey, 7's a lot in the early game.
Yay, I'm back to full.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you plan to do now?
Well, seeing as there's bigger human, lots of tracks going this way, who's all for going this way?
Makes no
I do
sense to
not
me.
see any reason why not.
Okay. Reuben, go stealthy. And then she's going to go down the hallway a little bit to see what she can see. And she rolls shit for stealth for once. 15 for stealth as she creeps down the hallway to see what's down it.
Okay, a short tunnel leads into what appears to be a sunken cavern. And you can hear the sound of just hundreds and hundreds of flapping wings. You can see a pit deep in the cavern floor, and you can see a literal shit ton of bat guano right at the bottom of the pit.
Can she see how deep the pit is? She's got 60 feet of dark vision.
I don't know why it doesn't say. Hang on. Ah, here we go. 50 feet, 20 feet of solid rock before opening into, and you can then see below it a lower cavern that is about 30 feet deep. However, you see these ledges that surround the pit. They form little alcoves in the north, the east, and the south. And you can see people that are being huddled into those little alcoves. It's
Would
hard
they be
to
jumping
really hear.
different
It's hard
distance?
to really hear them over the flapping of wings and the sounds of like chirping bats.
Would you say they're jumping distance between the platform or where she is to those platforms?
I would say no. Yeah, they are 10-foot high ledges, so you could theoretically, walk to each one and climb them if you are a decent climber. Maybe have like some rope or something like that.
Here's my
But
next question. I can spend a key point and I can do Step of the Wind, and my jump distance is doubled for my turn. If I were to do this, would I be able to jump it then?
yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I mean, it would. I mean, I don't know what your normal jump distance is. What is it like?
Oh, that's a great question. I can never figure out what the jump distance is.
Yeah, I think jump has something to do with like your strength or dexterity score.
Hey Google.
So, just so we understand this right, they're on the other side of the gap, or they're down in the hole itself.
They are above the hole on these little ledges that lead into a
Like a side chamber.
yeah. Well, basically, it's kind of think of it as like a tier, as like a bunch of like different levels that lead into the bat pit.
Yeah.
So on like the higher levels are the villagers, and leading down below you are the pit of bats. So
Okay.
like you can walk over to those ledges, and then you'll just have to like climb up about 10 feet in order to in order to reach the people on the different ledges.
Gotcha.
And below you are the bats. I mean, if you look at the map, you can kind of see what I mean. Like you can see, there's like a little pit, and then there are some higher ledges that lead sort of higher and higher.
Yeah.
Are you able to sort of visualize that a little bit better now?
Okay, I think I just realized I was also looking at the wrong part of the map there.
Yeah,
So
you're
I see
you
what you mean.
look at the top right of the map where
Yeah,
you
I see what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what you're dealing with.
So high jump, when you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. So would I be able to do like a running jump and then jump up?
Hang on. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
So basically, you get a running start.
Yeah. So I guess that, okay, so your strength modifier, what is your strength modifier?
+1, so it would be 4 feet. So double that if I did Step of the Wind would be 8 feet. Would I make it?
Yeah, so that would not allow you to high jump into that spot.
Would I be able to jump onto the wall and climb the rest of the way?
I mean, you could just climb it. It's only it is 10 feet.
I'm a monk. I want to do fun things.
All right, fair enough. I thought you were confused.
No, I'm a monk. I want to do fun things of climbing the wall.
Yeah. Do it however you want.
Okay, so do you want me to make like an athletics check for the 2 feet that I need to climb?
Yes.
Let's see. Does a 5 get me up there?
No.
Yep. I lost my footing off my jump trying to be cool. Do I fall into the pit?
No, not from where you are. No, I mean you would have to like. The pit is separated by how many? Yeah, by about like 5 feet. Yeah, there's about 5 feet separating you from like getting into the bat pit.
I get my wire out and I send a message to Musket, basically describing everything that's going on, describing that there's like people up on these ledges, and telling him to get his ass in here so he can climb.
All right. I'm gonna relay that information onto the others that where the people are, so that way we can
I also
get
do
to
let
them.
them know about the shit ton of bats that I can hear and all the shit around, so that they know that it might be a good idea to be semi-quiet, so we don't have a whole bunch of bats going crazy.
Going guns blazing, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, 100%. As Musket gets in, he's gonna kind of look in the hall and just quietly go, place is a real shithole, huh?
Yeah, it is. That's an understatement.
I thought this was a bat hole.
Thank you, roll with the punches for the power.
One day you will understand.
Musket just kind of looks at Basana for a couple of seconds, then looks at Ruben and goes, "Where are they?"
And Ruben just points.
Musket's gonna hold out a hand, and just go, "Rope."
Why do you need a rope? Oh, never mind. I'm dumb. Here, have a rope.
Musket's going to have one end of the rope just stay down and put the other end of the rope in his mouth, and then he's going to attempt to climb up to where they are.
I will hold on to the bottom end of the rope so it don't go nowhere.
All right, and I'm going to use my acrobatics in order to get up there, and I have advantage on that, luckily, because that was a 5. Natural 20.
Heck yeah. First one tonight, isn't it?
All right, so you were trying to climb you were trying to climb the ledges, right?
Yes, to get to the people with the rope and mouse. That way I can tie it off somewhere up there for them to have something to hold onto to get back down.
Okay. Just give me a second. Sorry, they did a very poor job of detailing where all of these people are. Okay, so are you going to the north one, the east one, or the south one to climb first? Not that it makes a difference. I just want to know where you are.
I'm going to the north one first.
Okay, so you arrive on the plateau where you are greeted by a male dwarf, and he says, and the dwarf kind of gets into a fighting stance, and he goes, "You're not with the huh? You're not with the goblins, are you? You're a little too furry for a goblin, I would think."
Musket's going to stand up.
Ruben
Go
turns
ahead.
to Theravel and's like, "Why do we always send a scary furry creature whenever we go
Musket,
to?"
Because he's the only one that can get up there half the time. We just gotta suffer with it.
Touche.
Musket's going to take the rope out of his mouth and go like, "What? There's seen a raccoon before?"
I guess not, but Lady Nandar is known for hiring mercenaries, and I believe I speak for all of us when I say we're happy for any aid she might have sent us.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
we were
I'm
sent
sorry.
to.
I should have introduced myself. My name is Morak Urgray, and in the absence of Our Lady Nandar, I would say that I speak for all of us here. Pleasure
Speaks
to
for
make
the
your
troops.
acquaintance.
Pleasure to
Was
make
that the
yours as
person we
well.
were supposed to find?
I don't know. Musket wasn't paying attention.
I don't have
Yes,
the note.
you remember
Okay.
that you remember that this is the person you were supposed to find.
I figured it was, but I
Yes.
also was going in like the flavor of Musket because I think one of his traits or something like that is just that if he's not paying attention, he's ignoring you. Basically,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
so
Who else is on? Who else is up there with Musket right now? Is it just
Reuben would have used the rope once he tied it up to climb up.
I would have
Okay.
followed him.
yeah, I'm
too.
about to say Musket's then gonna go tie the rope off to something sturdy that's not gonna collapse as soon as weight's put on it.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
How many people plus the dwarf are up there? Can Reuben see?
Okay, so there's a lot. There's a lot of people here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, there's about 2 dozen. There's about 2 dozen people here spread between the three plateaus or the
I
three
believe we
ledges.
found the missing townspeople.
And Reuben walks over to Morik and kind of just nods her head, doesn't say anything. She just kind of observes.
And what of Lady Nandar? Did she was she able to what did she say? What was her fate?
Who?
Did you get to Lady Nandar didn't hire you?
No, I don't. And she
You're
turns to her party. Who is Lady Neander?
Oh,
Don't
she's
look at me. I was shitting my brains out. I have no idea.
She's the Lady of Nightstone. She lives in the great tower that oversees the rest of the village.
Right, the castle thing that
We
we
were-
did go in.
We were sent by your
that.
cousin.
Oh, yeah. It's been a rough. Yeah, Thorkel was his name. Yeah, Thorkel's good people. Well,
Yes, he was.
She
However it
didn't come
is you-
with you, Lady Neander. She stayed there.
See,
Oh.
she's
the bridge was broken. I assume that she and the rest of her lot must still be up there.
Oh.
And by the way, he's speaking in Dwarvish, or not in Dwarvish, but with a Dwarven accent. I'm just too tired to.
Oh, that's
I'm
fine.
just too tired to RP that way.
Reuben's gonna go to Musket, and she's going to say, in Thieves' Camp, she's gonna say, we may have made a mistake because. Okay, Alexa.
Alexa wants to get on this.
Alexa's trying to learn. Alexa's trying to learn the thieves language, whatever
Camp,
that
yeah.
was.
Apparently.
What do you mean, Alexa's our new player.
Okay. Anyway, in Thieves' Camp, she's gonna say, we may have just let a notorious criminal gang into that town where the lady of the keep may still be there. She's gonna say to Musket in Thieves' Camp.
Musket's gonna go look at her and reply in Thieves' just going, May?
What fools!
I think we
May
did.
let us keep this time.
I mean,
Yeah, you can hear that all the way. You can literally hear that all the way
All the way from town.
town. Just
Just
like them,
just very
them
loudly.
laugh,
Just
them laugh.
what fools!
we may have to get back up from the Thieves Guild to try to get that back. Our Thieves Guild.
Or
and Mark just says,
ours.
I hope you were able to save the town from those wretched 7 snakes as well.
Ah, yeah, the 7 snakes. Yeah, totally save the town. Totally.
All right, that's
Musket's
good.
going to attempt to keep the straightest face he possibly can.
Reuben totally has her back to to Morik at this point.
Deception check? A question mark?
You don't want me
Don't
to.
give the DM any ideas. Don't give the DM any
I will
ideas.
do it. If you want me to do a deception check, I will do a deception check.
I mean, if you're trying to keep a straight face.
I mean, I had a natural 19 plus 2, so that would be a 21 deception.
By the way, what happened to that stuff you looted from the inn?
So we kind of are just carrying it. I'm keeping the money, the gems, and the potion, but I see a dwarf, I throw the chainmail at him.
Oh, thank you so much. You had the presence of mind to bring my armor and helm as well. Thank you.
Well, sure, yeah, let's go with that.
Listen, I have some money back at I have some money back at back at my inn. If you're able to help me reclaim it, I'll allow you to have some of it.
About your inn.
Complete and utter silence. Just complete and utter silence.
Yeah, about the
Like-
inn. It might not be standing anymore.
It's a long story.
It may have
goddamn.
burned.
Hang on, I gotta mark down what it is. I don't know whether or not he would explain what happened. Okay, he's like, well, you're here now, and you know, with your help, we might rebuild. I thank you for your aid.
Yeah, sure,
So-
aid. That's totally why we did this.
So, what about Hark? Were you able to make that monster pay for what he did?
Hark?
Who is this Hark?
The goblins didn't, or I don't know that because the goblins were speaking goblin. Never mind.
I know that these the
He's the
goblins
wretched.
that
He's the wretched leader of these damn goblins. He's been
We were
killing us
able
and feeding us to the ogres while he's been keeping us prisoner here.
Well,
Took all of our
ogres are
weapons
gone.
and our possessions too.
we were able to slay the goblins that we found in town, and then we slayed the goblins.
Yeah,
that
those
we
goblins
found
also
here.
might have been responsible for why the
None
inn's
of
not
which
standing.
I know is named Hark because we did not get to introductions.
I
So
was gonna say we
Um,
had Gum Gum, and that's the only one we know the name of.
yes,
I
And Gam
don't
Gam,
think you
but
would
Gam
have
Gam was
taken.
dead.
I don't think you would have taken down Hark. Hark likes to lock himself up with his pet rats and some of his bodyguards, and just let his rats eat our people to death alive. It's horrible.
but that sounds wretched.
He sounds like
We
he
did
would
not
make a fun
encounter
punching
such a
bag.
being.
And you'd be doing us all a favor if you were to wipe that scum off the face of the earth.
He wouldn't be the first one that I've wiped off the face of the earth. Won't be the last.
Or the second, or the third, or the fourth.
Are you keeping count, Musket? Because I have lost count.
I have to, but
I mean, we'll have to make sure his
it
last.
has to at least be the dozens.
Yours is only the dozens?
At least.
I'm pretty sure
I just
mine's
said at
closer
least.
to hundreds.
Oh, this sounds like you have work to do.
Me?
Maybe we
I-
can find this Hark.
So what do you say? I'm not in fighting condition right now. You know, we've all been.
Just take a nap, you'll be fine.
I mean, they're
Reuben
apparently-
slaps Musket upside the head for that comment.
Listen, we're all at death's door here. We've barely eaten anything in the last 3 days. We've got old people, women, and children here. Please, we need to get back as quickly and safely as possible.
Let us start making our way there, and then maybe we could find some place to rest along the way before we head over.
Reuben takes whatever rations she has and she just gives them all to Morik and says, spread it out. It won't go far, but at least some people have food. I don't need any.
Thank you.
So kind of you, Miss Ruby.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me think for a second. This is actually me just biding time. Hang on. Is there any? Hark
What?
may have some food.
I don't know
Some
if you
extra.
guys want to stay here because you seem to be semi-safe on these ledges, and we can go hunt down Hawk and come back and let you know when it's safe to exit the cave.
Yeah, if you could, I'd appreciate it. Just be careful. I've heard that there's something called the Blob nearby.
Careful's my middle name.
That sounds ominous. Who?
Well,
Kazuka's gonna fit right in.
All right. Yeah, we'll wait here until we get the all clear from you.
Does anyone else have any rations they can give? And Reuben kicks, like, kind of steps on Musket's foot.
I unfortunately do not carry rations for myself, as I
You
do
even
not need them.
eat? Musket is going to take his rations and help distribute them as well.
Okay. Yeah, so you've distributed the rations. The villagers are grateful. Obviously, there's some, they range from the age of 3 to the mid 60s. So they're all in rather poor shape.
Reuben's gonna start climbing down the rope and heading back towards the entrance of this cave. She's gonna go stealthy to see if any other goblins have come into the main cavern.
No other goblins appear to have entered the main cavern.
She waits at the entrance, keeping an eye out for the rest of her team when they're ready.
I believe we should try to start looking for this one. So I'll follow Golden, or follow Reuben.
Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3. There are 5 other tunnels throughout the dripping caves, aside from the one that you entered from. So,
And then
feel
one
free.
of them is just a ravine, right?
Yes. Through the one in the north, one is just a big old fissure.
Okay, so there's what, 4 other ones that we can check out?
Yes.
Okay. Reuben, before going in, she goes to her team.
Now remember, looking at this map. I'm sorry, not to interrupt too much, but looking at the map, you can only see the entrances. Obviously, you can't. You have to pretend that you can't see what is through them. At least not yet.
Yeah. Reuben's gonna go to a team and go. So we may have let a huge crime syndicate into their town. And did nothing to stop it, and now their town.
Oh, that's who those people were.
Yeah. Oh, you were.
Oh,
you were.
Yeah, we maybe shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I was shitting my hands, I was shitting my head out.
Yes.
Let me fill you in.
Musket at this point has climbed up onto Roof's shoulder.
Let me fill you in. They're part of the Zuntarum, which is a spy network. They are.
Father's used those many times before. Yep.
Yeah. They're not the good kind. They're really bad. DM, would you say that Reuben and Musket had run into them before?
No.
Okay. Just heard about them through our.
We know them by reputation alone.
Yeah.
You know that they are part of the Zentarum. They're not all of the Zentarum. They're just, folks who work for the Zentarum.
Gotcha. They're not good. The Zentarum as a whole is not good.
I'm sure that we can probably at least get
Here.
into the city.
By the way, can you all make a
into the town.
perception check real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, just have to beat a 10.
Perception checks.
Okay, yeah. Barely. That's
Just
a 12.
barely.
That's a
11.
That is
12.
exact. I just rolled an exact 10, so
You
that's
hear
counting the
more
modifier.
of Shizuka's laughing in like the distant distance.
Either that man is shouting, or he's got some mental ability to like project into our thoughts or something, because that's yikes.
Just really
creepy.
from the distance. I'm just really loud.
I mean, we could probably
So
get
happy.
into the town. There was a big wall around it, as well as a moat and a drawbridge. I'm sure we could figure a way to get back into town and
Yes.
take them out,
I mean,
and totally not have the surprise to do so. I should have shot Kella. I should have taken her completely out.
Well, then we
mean-
probably would have. I don't know if we would have survived the fight. You know, like we were very ragged.
Yeah.
All of us. You had you were a literal pincushion at one point.
I mean, I've had worse.
Let me mind you, I have quadruple your HP.
Shh. Shh. I
Man, he has
have an idea.
plenty of sending spells.
I might have an idea.
Ooh, do tell.
Let's say whatever that lady was, that Dwarvish man,
Lady Nandar.
I was leading kind of both actually did forget, but also leading into the fact of Musket either not paying
Oh, okay.
attention or stuff like that.
Yeah, Lady Nandar, whatever her name was, because Reuben also
Yes,
was
that.
doing that whole thing of I was half paying attention, trying to not wallow in my guilt. They did say that the road to her has been completely demolished. So hopefully, if we can take care of what's his face, Hark or whatever, this goblin problem first, we can let the villagers know, hey, we're gonna go check out the town, make sure we got everything there. We'll send you a message when it's time to come, and hopefully we can do it. Maybe.
I'm sure we can. Now that we've rested, I'm sure that we can handle it. But
Maybe.
no. Oh, I'm fairly positive on your abilities. Are you saying that you can't shoot someone in the head?
I mean, I did shoot. And she points across the way to the goblin with the arrow through his eyes.
It's still like
Yeah,
stuck
to
in
the
the
wall.
wall.
Fine. We'll be fine.
Don't miss this time.
Well, technically, I
if-
didn't miss Kella. It's just I didn't get much damage on her.
But here's the thing: if Lady Xandar or Nandar, whatever, if she's still alive and is in that tower, if we can find some way to get there and get her and anyone who else is there down, that might give us an edge.
I mean, I'd rather not put innocent civilians, seems like the wrong word, but innocence in the way of harm of our mistake. I should have known better. You and me, Musket, we know how bad the Xantarum are. We shouldn't have walked away.
Yeah, but the other option was to possibly go down in a blaze of glory, and one day for me, but not today.
There was we already went through one blaze that day. We didn't need to go through a second one.
Please, that blaze was nothing.
Okay, nothing for you. I'm so sorry.
As she looks at the like scabbed over burn on her arm.
But I feel like we made the right decision at the time. We are going to have to go back and fix said decision. Yes.
I mean,
but
technically, we did get back up, and we could have stayed. I mean, Therivold started feeling better as she puts her arm around Therivold, and she goes, Therivold's feeling better and had all of their spells, so we could have won.
I didn't even know what was happening, but yeah, totally. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why I love
But-
it, Theravel.
Finally,
So
validation that I didn't get growing up. I'm joking.
And Ruben
talk
looks
about
right
you
into
have some
Theravel's
great
eyes
jokes,
and goes,
Thorvar.
Theravel, I feel you, and we are kindred spirits. All right, which of these tunnels do we want to go searching down to find this goblin ass?
Yes. Pasana just starts pointing at the tunnels and starts doing like a eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny,
Ruben just
mo.
That
walks
way,
across
and
the
he
way.
Getcha.
Muska goes that way and points to the
Liger,
nearest
but-
one.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh,
Ruben's
you
just
guys
literally
chose?
going
Okay.
to the tunnel across the way from the water pit and everything, and it's like, well, let's start at this one and work our way counterclockwise.
I just like the
Okay.
idea of like at the same time she's doing this, Musket's still riding on her shoulder.
Oh yeah, Ruben is like
yeah.
totally carrying him around at this point. Even like she reaches into her bag and pulls out some pocket bacon that she did not give to the villagers, because who gives away pocket bacon, and gives you a piece and she's chewing on it too.
Not to distract from the banter, but I would still like to know which of the directions you plan on going through.
Top left.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of the chasm. So you have the chasm in the middle, and the villagers are on one side. We're going on the opposite side.
Okay. Very good. All right. So, are you going through? All right. So you go through, and as you can see on the map, if you sort of look in close, you can see that you reach a little fork at one point. One keeps going straight, or you can go left. But you can only see that it either continues straight or goes left. You can't see the other stuff.
Reuben does a whole sneaky sneak and just kind of peeks into the left room to the point where she can see in it to see if there's anything in there. But she does it.
I'm sorry. In which direction?
So I guess she would be looking down into the one that goes down. So if they're coming down that path, there's the path that goes straight into the big area that they don't know about, and then into that like little tiny hole that's in the middle.
Okay, so think of
The
it
left.
as just go speak to me in cardinal directions. So west or south?
South.
Okay. So from this little cavern, you see what appears to be a sort of natural chimney into this section of the caves. There's about like a 7-foot high ceiling. The chimney is about 5 foot wide. Plenty of handholds and footholds. Looks like it would be not too difficult to climb. But since you are stealth, you can see that there is one goblin standing guard right at the bottom of the shaft.
She's not even going to tell anyone. She's going to do some sneak attack because she is hidden. And she's going to see with her little short bow if she can knock out that goblin.
Knockout kill or knockout
Knockout
knock
kill.
out unconscious. Oh, okay.
So 16 plus 5 is math. 21 to hit.
That will hit.
And then and then 11 points of damage.
All right. Well, that goblin's dead. It's
Yep.
so weird. Like
Just
I
obliterated.
just like there's like a whole paragraph here. There's like somebody wrote like what seems to be like 100 words on like this one goblin, and like how it can affect the plot, and you just like go up behind this goblin and just like bonk it and kill it instantly.
Nope, I did the same thing I did it before. I took my arrow, I aimed for the eye, and I was like, right to the wall.
Rock
And
on.
then she walks back and she goes, "There was an issue. I took care of it. Looks like a chimney that is climbable. The fact that they had a goblin guard, we could go check it out, or we can keep looking around on this level and then come back."
Well, as long as the problem is taken care of, I guess. That's good to know. So nothing down that way then. Just we go on to the other direction.
I mean, we could climb the chimney and see what's up there. But yeah. I would suggest us looking around the rest of these caverns first, and then coming back to this one before we go up and possibly fall, get stuck, stuff like that.
Okay,
I'd agree.
I agree.
Okay. So you keep going through, and once again, you find yourself with the option to go either left or right.
Up to you guys. I can be sneaky snake and look at any of them.
Let's Pisana starts doing eeny meeny miny mo again.
And as soon as Pisano starts doing eeny meeny miny mo, Ruben looks at Musket and then goes, "Are we in the big cavern now? Or are we
I'm sorry.
on the next floor?"
Which direction did you go?
So we would have continued down, continued going west down into that bigger cavern part. So are we at the fork where it's going into the big cavern, or are we down below?
Okay, so you're in let's say that you are in the square that is like right to the west of where the fork is. So you can either go into the big cavern or you can go into the smaller section to your south.
Ruben's
so you can either go
gonna
north or
stealth again, and she's gonna go sneak off to the north.
I was about to say Musco's
wait,
going to do the
I'm
exact
sorry.
same thing.
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that?
Ruben's gonna go stealth, and she's gonna sneak up and look into the cavern to the north.
Okay.
Natural 20 on stealth.
All right.
For a total of 27.
Okay. You can see. You are hidden as 3 goblins and 7 rats are visible to your view, and you can kind of tell just by the way he's dressed that that the male goblin, because he's surrounded by 2 female goblins, is probably the leader of the pack. And on that note, we will call an end to tonight's session.
We found the boss.
We found the pimp.
I am seriously tempted to just snipe him like I've done every other goblin, but I have a feeling he has more HP and one shot's not going to get him.
I have a distinct feeling that is probably correct.
The world may never know.
I want to snipe him so badly right now. Like,
Do it.
Oh, that was
so
a great
badly.
one.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Now, Golden,
Yeah.
I could be the angel on your shoulder. The only problem is the angel would look at the devil and go, "We're thinking the same thing, right?"
I want to snipe him so
No. He has a
badly.
point.
I want to snipe him so badly right now.
Next
I
week.
just rolled to see what I would have.
Week.
I don't know about next week,
time.
but next time.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you guys want to do next week? I mean, is there anybody who doesn't know if